Hi guys, so welcome to Unit 3. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first 2 units. You guys are on the downhill now, so congrats on that. Unit 3 is going to be one of my favorite units for you guys to do. It's the Romanticism Unit. So really, I told you guys I wanted to get you guys towards the texts that are very familiar to you, much more literary in the traditional sense. So what you're going to do, and the first thing you're going to do is to make sure that you create some type of graphic organizer like I gave you guys in the last unit, or some type of note-taking system. It seemed to really work well for a lot of you. You had a lot of good stuff written down, and I think it kind of synthesized all the information very easily. So I'm going to let you take notes however you want to take notes. If you want to follow that same table type pattern that I built, that's fine. If you want to just take notes like on paper and then take a screenshot of it, or a picture of it, or if you want to do it as a Word doc and then just save that as you go and add to it. Any way you want to do it is fine. I just want to see that you are engaging with and taking notes on all of these many elements and characters and things like that. So it's much easier for you come week 12 when it's time to write the paper. So you're actually going to submit that to me for a completion grade in week 12, just like you did in the last one with the organizer that I gave you. So first things first, do that. And then after that, I'm going to kind of walk you through what you're going to do in this one. So you're going to start just by getting a basic understanding of Romanticism. If you've never done any work in the Romantic movement, it's fascinating. It's wonderful. It's one of my favorite movements. You're gonna read some James Fenimore Cooper. So you're gonna read The Last of Mohicans, part of it. A small part. And then you're also going to read some Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So if you ever heard of the Song of Hiawatha, you've heard of Longfellow. You're going to do a couple of very short poems from him, one of which is the Song of Hiawatha. And then you'll have a few blogs and things like that to go through for that. That's week 9. It's very easy. Come back. Sorry, I have to see my notes here. Week 10 is going to be Poe. So it's going to be all about Edgar Allan Poe. So if you love Poe, you're going to be great. If you've never read Poe, you're going to love him. He's fascinating and horrific and terrifying and all these wonderful things. So when you go to Poe, you're going to have a bit about his background. It's very fascinating to tie Poe's biography to his works, because he lived a rather crazy life, very macabre, very filled with death, and he married his cousin, and his parents died, and she died, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death was very strange. So if you ever read, The Raven Nevermore, Poe actually died. I'll tell you real quick. Poe actually died in a gutter I think in the middle of London, somewhere. I can't remember actually. Maybe it's Philadelphia. Anyways, he had been missing for 3 days, and they found him delirious in a ditch. And he was mumbling somebody's name over and over and over again, and then he died. And so no one knows the circumstances surrounding his death. It's very mysterious. So anyways, Poe is fabulous. I hope you enjoy him. You're going to be reading The Cask of Amontillado, The Telltale Heart, and The Fall of the House of Usher. You'll have like a quiz and a blog and some things to do in there. You're going to, very importantly in that section, you're going to work on finding scholarly articles. So in your essay, you're going to have to use 2 scholarly articles. And if you've never used them before, this is where you're going to find out how to use them. So make sure that you do that in the Poe section. You have an assignment at the end of the Poe section that has to do with finding a scholarly article and writing something about Poe. So make sure you do all that by that Sunday night. And I think that's it for Poe. So if we go to week 11, you can follow along on your tablet or something if you have it. But if you go to week 11, you'll see that we're going to do 2 of the other major figures. We're going to do Nathaniel Hawthorne and Herman Melville. So you are not going to read the entirety of either of their books because they're just too long. But you are going to read a couple of chapters from Scarlet Letter. You read the first 2 chapters, and then I have a video explanation that abridges basically the middle 20 chapters. And then you're going to read the last 2 chapters. So make sure that you do all of those assignments. You'll have a discussion board response on that, and then you'll come back and you'll do Herman Melville. Now listen, this one is actually the longest assignment I have for you. It's the longest reading assignment, so I want to make sure that you leave enough time. It's 40 pages, which seems long, but it's really not, because there's a lot of dialogue, so it's a lot of indentation and a lot of back and forth, so it's actually much shorter than it seems. It's probably about 20 pages of actual writing. So make sure that you leave enough time to do that. But it's Moby Dick, which is, a foundational text of Romanticism. And Melville and Hawthorne were good friends. They were directly connected and mentors. So it's really fascinating to trace how that writing lineage goes. So anyways, make sure you leave enough time for Moby Dick. And then the textbook has actually abridged it, so it's not the entire novel. It's just, like 5 or 6 selected chapters put together to create the story. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to have your essay assignment explanation that week. So you will open and save the essay assignment just like you do every time, and then there's a video explanation to go along with it. And then week 12 is going to be all about letting you work on your essay. So week 12, forgive me, I'm pulling it up. You're going to, first of all, submit the graphic organizer that you've created, or the notes, or however you want to do it. You'll submit that. And then you will do a discussion board, just a really quick discussion board to put on there what choice you've made as far as the essay assignment subject that you're going to do, or brainstorming ideas. And I put a note on there. The reason I have you guys do discussion boards, and some of you guys have learned to do this, which is great, is so that you can use your peers as your resources. So if you have a question about something, use the discussion board, or if you're not sure what you want to do, go on and look at a couple people's choices. I'm not saying, steal or copy or anything like that, but I'm saying you can get ideas from it. Say, oh, that would be really cool if I connected this character and this character. I never thought about that. Anyways, and then you'll have a week 12 wrap-up quiz that week with the short answer, and it's a longer quiz, so make sure you leave enough time for that. And then lastly, you have a couple of optional critique options. You don't have to do them, but they're there to help you. If you found that the peer critique was really helpful, you can use the same peer, you can use a different one, it doesn't matter. If you liked the self-critique, you can do that too. There's one of those on there. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to submit your essay by Sunday night. So the essay is due as Sunday, April 15th by midnight. And that will be your third essay, and then we'll be building down to the last couple of weeks. So hopefully that's a clear enough explanation. I don't think there's anything that you guys will get confused about. But if you do, of course, let me know. And I sincerely hope that you guys enjoy Romanticism. It's a wonderful, wonderful movement. So good luck, and let me know how you guys are doing.